Wonder is it real? Rappers acting say they high, say they simple pills. Glorify suicide so they get the deals. Big pharma set it up, had to flip the pills. Control the music industry until the scripts get filled. Geopolitically, yeah, we in the field. That's for Israel. Wonder is it real? Took the way you saw the world, then distorted it. Now you think you wanna rock that twirl somewhere orbiting. Theories disproportionate, the truth distorted quick with a forceful grip. They force a misinfo that we absorbing quick. Took the people's signature to mean extorted it. They forging it if news anchors informants who informing them. There's a surplus, but they tell us there are shortages. Credit economy mortgages, dollar that's supported with empty fortresses. But what's important is this report and ships important. Yes, of course it is, but extortion is in accordance with an assortment list of foreign tricks we ignoring, which informing this, informing this. It looked like we were snoring tricked. Pedophilia and the government endorsing it. Yeah, eugenics is exactly what abortion is. You just vilify those insubordinate. Way to matrix engineer, that's unfortunate. Geopolitically, we in a field. That's for Israel. Wonder is it real? Rappers acting say they high, say they simple pills. Glorify suicide so they get the deals. Big pharma set it up just to flip the pills. Control the music industry until the scripts get filled. Geopolitically, yeah, we in a field. That's for Israel. Wonder is it real?
In a world where no one knows what the world is. What's up, guys? I feel like it's been so long since we've done a live stream. Oh my goodness, where have you guys been? So, as I'm sure you guys already know, your boy took a break. But I just needed to chill. I needed to chill for a week. Give me a break. So, yeah. Tonight's stream is called Fear Porn, and I think it's the topic that needs to be covered and discussed pretty desperately, honestly. So, just so you guys know, some people may get triggered, but as you guys know, with all my streams, people typically get triggered. It's not really like a revelation, so there's the disclaimer, bro. No one cares. No one cares, bro. I love you guys, so there you go. Beard looks good. Awesome. Thank you, bro. All right. So I'll address a few things prior to getting into the stream. Yeah. So if you guys didn't know or whatever, the last stream I did was out at Mount Rushmore. And yeah, so I pulled out the like little Bill Nye costume. I had my bow tie and my lab coat and my glasses. And started doing some activism. Some pentagram wearers converged on us before we even started. I have that documented on the GoPro. That wasn't on the live stream. Effectively, they say you can't have a sign, you can't use that amplifier, and unless you're in the free speech zone, and you can only use those things in the free speech zone if you got a permit. And I'm like, well, you know, the First Amendment doesn't say anything about a free speech zone. I'm like, wait, so is it Nazi Germany over there? And I'll upload the video. I don't think I say anything about genetic modification or anything, so we should be good. And I'm like, so do you know can you cite the ordinance? So just so for the context of the people, a lot of people don't know this, right? I'm like, can you cite the ordinance? And he's immediately just being a douchebag. Okay, the dude was a gamma male, right? So I'm like, can you cite the ordinance so I can look at it? And he's like, he calls his buddy over there. He's like, hey, you got your ticket book? This guy wants to be cited. I'm like, what? No. I want you to cite the ordinance, bro. I want you to cite the ordinance that I need to comply to. You know what I'm saying? So he's automatically, just from the jump, being ridiculous. Have it on tape. And I'm like, so am I being detained? He said no. So I'm like, all right, well, we're free to go then. So we're going to go over here. I'm going to start doing my activism. If you find the ordinance and you want to tell me about it and what it says, we'll talk about that. He's like talking about how he can get me down in the auditorium in the bottom. I'm like, okay, well, I kind of want to talk where everyone is as well, as is my right. I don't care to move down to the auditorium after that. So if you work that out, or you bring me the ordinance, whatever, we'll figure it out from there. But we're going to go over here. So then we go over there and we start. Okay. And then you guys saw what happened after that, whatever, we get arrested. I took like a week off during that stream as I get federally arrested and released under what their words are. Of course, I wasn't booked in or anything. So technically as an arrest, I don't know, nor do I care, to be honest. But so I'm sitting in the cop car, and as a lot of attentive people have pointed out, it seemed as if that the cop was talking to someone that was on the live stream, because they knew they couldn't stop my live stream. So it's like the cop was talking to someone that was actually on the live stream, and he was guiding him how far away he needed to be before he wouldn't be heard anymore. And then they come over, and the first thing he says right in front of the camera is to Chris, how long have you worked for the government? So we've had some people get real paranoid, go 0 to 100. Chris is an agent. Austin's an agent. This is all set up. This is a CIA tour and all this crazy stuff. I think that they tactically did that. He tactically walked over there and asked Chris that. So, I asked Chris, I'm like, what is this guy talking about? Why did he ask you that? And Chris was genuinely confused. I have no incentive to lie. I've been with Chris the whole time. He stood toe to toe with me, with cops converging on us for 6 months. He's watched my 6 the entire time. So you guys are tripping, but whatever. So I think they tactically did that. They kind of were reading the chats. They know what the context of the chat is, right? They know that they're really anti-establishment, and they wanted to kind of trigger them, try to shut us down. They were getting really triggered that the chat was giving such good advice on what I could do, what they couldn't do, calling them out. They were being exposed in my chat so hardcore, it was ridiculous. Because flat earthers are awesome, because they're actually woke and intelligent and research things. And so they know the laws, they know what they were breaking, and they're just citing all kinds of things off. Don't sign a ticket, don't do this, don't comply. This is harassment, this is abuse, this is kidnapping, blah, 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 blah. He didn't do this. So they potentially actually told the guy to come say that at first. So Chris was trying to figure out, what are they talking about? He's never worked for the government. He doesn't work for the government, so he's trying to figure it out. In the morning, he came. He's like, so I was thinking about it, and the only thing I can think about is that for like a 6-month period, I took care of my mother, and so the government was sending him a check to take care of his mother, right? Like some program, don't remember what it was called. But so like Chris is taking care of his mom, and they're getting him a check. The only time he's ever been given a check from the government or whatever. So if they ran his name and ran his information, or someone called and told or whatever, they have the information that he technically worked for the government, because the government was giving him a paycheck to go do something, right? To take care of his mother, some program that the government had. So there you go. That's what it is. Everyone's going 0 to 100. And of course, I decided to take a break, completely non-related to that. If anyone that's actually followed the stream or watched the stream, they know I genuinely don't hide anything. I'm very transparent. I don't care what other people think. I literally tell you guys everything. I'm very transparent about everything that goes on. It really triggers like the gamma males that stalk my stream, because they can't relate to it or whatever. And so they're really obsessed with it. But I have nothing to hide. And if you don't know that, honestly, this isn't the place for you. If you don't know that, you might as well go ahead and leave, because this stream is really going to trigger you, to be honest. But I have nothing to hide, and you should know that. Most of my people don't know that. And so I've been getting spammed and stalked and hit up with comments and DMs and emails about how oh, you're busted, oh, blah, blah, blah. So you took a week off because you got busted, that you work for the government and all this stuff. I'm like, yeah, bro, I work for the government. The same guy that stands up to cops in every major city, willing to be arrested even in federal national parks, and never ever complies to any totalitarian measurements ever, and exposes every aspect of the government and who runs the government for really basically no monetary incentive and only detriments to monetary incentive. You really thought this one out. The government was like, you know what? Let's stop this flat earth from being able to spread the truth. What we'll do is we'll give him an RV that gives him the ability to do activism more efficiently than he's ever been able to do and travel the entire United States and pick where they go, when they go on a whim's notice, like, oh, we're going to go here. Let's go here. So the government wanted to aid in my ability to travel the United States, right, during the most crucial time, totalitarian takeover, to spread the truth on a microphone in major cities. That's what the government was doing. So there you go. I addressed it. I'm not going to say the names of the gammas because that's what they want. They're losers. Typically, they're not even flat earthers. They never donate to the channel or to the activism or to the tour. They're not loyal subscribers. They're not even real people half the time, probably. So who cares? All the people that really know me, watch me, keep up with the content, have my back, been watching the tour, know I've spilled like my guts for the freaking flat earth. I've spilled my guts for the flat earth, bro. Turned down a 6-figure job, traveled the United States for 6 months, over 6 months, constantly doing like 3, 4, 5, 6 hours of activism, right? So I don't really care what people think. Doesn't mean anything. Almost probably 60% of our activism isn't even streamed because it can't be. We're constantly waking people up. And so I'm much more rocking with the people that know what's up and have spiritual discernment, wisdom, and guidance. And then they support me because of that. So there's me addressing that. As sad as it is, I even have to address it. That's dumb. And honestly, I think they're like really just fake losers that even say anything. But there you go. I went ahead and addressed it. So one thing that most people don't know probably is, so the next day we went to Yellowstone. Maybe you heard this if you were on Globebusters, or yeah, it's pretty much the only place I've said it. So we went to Yellowstone the next day. Apparently they had a BOLO out for us, right? Which is a be on the lookout. A federal be on the lookout of these guys doing these First Amendment exercises. And they sent an email out to all the park rangers in the federal national parks. They were literally on the lookout for us in this RV doing this activism. And so we get into Yellowstone. We pay the entrance, which is a federal park that we paid for to maintain, of land that was stolen. But whatever, I digress. So we pull in. We're thinking about getting some gas. We kind of get blocked in. So I have this little Bluetooth speaker. I put it up to the window. And I say a few things like, we checked the air. Probably not going to kill you. It's still good, etc. You guys know the deal. Of course, wasn't streamed because you can't stream that topic because this is such a free country and such a free platform that we're on right now. We have a couple people cheering. A couple people get triggered. We have somebody that has a hat on that says Save America. They come over there. The couple comes over there, thanks us, says they agree with us. Thank you so much for what you're doing. Please keep doing what you're doing. It wasn't really a big deal. It was like a 4-minute ordeal. Waiting for the car to get out of the way so we could get out of the parking lot. So we get out, we keep it pushing. We're like 2 miles into like the 62-mile Yellowstone Park, whatever it is. It's a big place, right? We go 2 miles, we get pulled over, all right? So cop pulls behind us, hits their lights, pulls us over, and then comes up and starts asking me about it, talking. And honestly, I understand that really the most proper way to deal with cops is to not talk to them. They typically have IQ cutoffs. They don't know the laws. They're just kind of ego tripping. I'm not against all cops, certainly like sheriffs or like locally supported or voted on positions or whatever. There's a middle ground here. But of course, you're not a good cop. You don't check the bad cops, as everyone knows. But yeah, so he just power tripping on me, telling me I'm not allowed to do that. They said you can use your First Amendment in the park, but only in the approved areas with a permit. You need a permit to use your First Amendment. Was his like verbatim quote. And I'm like, do you not even realize how dumb what you're saying is? That's antithetical. That's an oxymoron. I need a permit to use my First Amendment in a certain approved area. That's the opposite of the First Amendment, which, in case you guys don't know, literally begins with Congress shall make no law. Congress shall make no law infringing upon that First Amendment that's then addressed. Of course, at the end, the right to address grievances of the government. Right. And then, of course, there's another court case in New York that went all the way up, 8-1 Supreme Court decision in favor of the person that filed it against their infringement on their free speech with the permit. You cannot use a permit to prevent someone from utilizing or exercising their First Amendment. It cannot be used to shut down a speaker's right to free expression or right to be heard. A permit cannot be used to do that. And that's exactly what they're doing. It's exactly what they're doing. It's an open and shut court case. They'll probably try to dismiss it. I will then file a counter lawsuit, and I will take it all the way to the Supreme Court if it has to go there. I won't settle out for any money. That includes $5 million. I literally wouldn't settle out for $5 million. and maybe we go all the way to Supreme Court. Maybe it's supposed to happen. The truth is that Yah's in control of this entire tour. I sold all my belongings and followed his lead to go out to the tour. I felt led to do so. We've had a pretty crazy ride the whole entire time. If you've been watching, we're not with who we were initially with. I linked up with Chris through that party, and now look at where we're at over 6 months later. This is all in his hands, and I think that there's a reason that happened. There's a reason that I got back-to-back court dates, and there's a reason that the second one is much earlier. It's August 19th. I'll be in federal court August 19th in Yellowstone, so we have to double back east a little further than we intended so that we can actually handle that, and I'll be there. I'm actually considering wearing my bow tie and lab coat because literally don't care. They can do nothing. So anyway, that's kind of the update. You guys will be informed as to what's going on. So not really that I'm like freaking out. I honestly do have pure faith in the Creator. I know He's in control of all of this, and I know He's blessed me with certain aptitudes, and He's going to guide me. I'm not tripping. I don't even think I'm going to need a lawyer. I'm going to represent myself. I don't need a lawyer. And in fact, the scriptures even say, just go into court, don't worry about it. Let the Creator give you the words to speak when you need to speak them. I'm not tripping about it, but I just kind of wanted to take a break. You know, believe it or not, guys, I thought, okay, after 6 months of just constantly doing this, after getting back-to-back, literal back-to-back days, federal charges for my First Amendment, which I have friends that literally died for that, right? And even if in principle, because they're all wars that were crafted, and I get it, it's the beast system, they shouldn't have been there, right? But in principle, they died for that. My dad missed my birth because he was at war for the idea of that, the principle of that. I will never fault on the First Amendment at all, whatsoever. And in fact, you guys should do the same. Okay. Now, of course, we have the Globe zealot gamma males that are running around with their heads cut off talking about, you can't do that. They're trying to go on vacation, whatever they can come up with to justify them infringing upon my First Amendment. But I will never fault. I will go to every national park on the way to the West Coast and down and back over. I don't care. I'll get 57 citations. Sounds like 57 lawsuits to me. I don't care. Okay. And I think that we all need to get to that point. We're kind of on the verge of totalitarianism if no one's been paying attention. And if I can't speak my mind and utilize my First Amendment and my right to be heard, including the microphone, hence the right to be heard, right, in front of the quote-unquote founding fathers that supposedly represent that principle, we are dead as a country. We are dead as a free country. And so it's time that we stand up, because we're going to hand over totalitarian government to our children. And that's actually the right that we have. It's no longer this ability to be passive or complacent. No, you have an obligation and a right to pass on freedom to your children, not totalitarian government, right? So that's kind of, you know, I'm getting a little worked up. There you go. That's the intro for you guys. I'm obviously not going to comply. We got court on the 19th. I'll be there in Yellowstone because it's a mandatory court appearance, and you know how that goes. They love to grab you, take your freedom, kidnap you, throw you in handcuffs, and then throw a mask on you forcibly, laughing at you like they did the first time. So I'll be there. We'll see how it goes. Obviously, I don't work for the government, can't stand the government, think it's the beast system. I'm actually putting my life on the line effectively and putting me on the front line, as is Chris, who has put everything on pause and then utilized his RV for the movement, for the truth, right? So anyone that has the audacity to critique it from the sidelines that do nothing for the truth really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all, right? And so I know that most of you guys that support us, you understand the sincerity and the genuine nature and motivation of what we're doing. So there you go. There's the intro to all of that. You know what I'm saying? It's as it is in a world where people are like, Austin, you're so brave, you're doing this and that. And that shouldn't be the case. It shouldn't even be a big deal that I'm not going to let them infringe upon my First Amendment. I don't care what anyone's got to say about it. I have the right to use the microphone. I have the right to speak the truth. We have a right to hold the flat earth sign. We're on public federal property that we are federally taxed for, under threat of coercion and taking our freedom, kidnapping us if we don't pay those taxes to maintain land that was stolen from the Native Americans, right? And we have the right to speak there everywhere. There is no such thing as a free speech zone. You don't enter Nazi Germany once you're not in a free speech zone. They don't have it marked off or denoted with signs or anything. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they do. So there you go. There's like the intro to the stream. Just because I know everyone wanted me to address it. I took a week because I felt I needed to take a week. I hung out with a friend. We had already had plans to hang out. It just kind of worked out that way. It wasn't like, oh man, Mount Rushmore stream, I'm falling back now. I don't know what to do. Or, oh man, no, Chris works for the government. That is literally so incredibly paranoid. It's a bad look. It's a really bad look. And I don't necessarily blame someone for wondering or being curious about it, but like some of you guys went too far. And that's why this stream may offend those parties, those people. But like I said, I don't think most of them are even real people or genuine people. So there you go. Now it's addressed. Yeah, I took a week off. I needed to chill. I needed to recharge effectively. I just wanted to kick back. I wanted to chill. I wanted to sleep until 10 a few mornings. I wanted to hang out with my friend. And I just wanted to regroup. before we kick it back off and we go super hard for the end of the tour all the way down the West Coast, which is the most leftist psychopathic area in the United States. Then cut back over and we will be in South Carolina, Spartanburg, South Carolina, for Flattoberfest on October 22nd. I encourage everyone to go there if they can get there. So there you go. That's what's going on. That's the update. I'll let you know the locations. Obviously, they've thrown a bit of a wrench into the system. Again, I think y'all has crafted all of this for a reason. Again, I will fight it all the way to the federal court. You could give me $100 million. I wouldn't take it because it's the principle, and maybe under the subject heading of Flat Earth, do we set a Supreme Court precedent for national parks and free speech zones being contradictory to the First Amendment? So maybe there's something that's going on that's bigger than me. I have a feeling they'll throw it out, and I will not accept that. That will not be enough. You still took my freedom. You still took my time. You still made me double back to Yellowstone. So we're going down swinging, and I encourage everyone else to do that if they're actually in that position. If we don't start to do that, then, well, look what the world has become around us slowly over a year and a half after just 2 weeks. Just comply for 2 weeks. So there you go. There's the intro. So today's stream is about fear porn. And the reason I think that this is very important is because it's very prevalent, even within the truth community. I don't want people to get offended, but at the same time, I don't care. I'm not going to not tell you what you need to hear because you're going to get offended, because it's going to maybe strike a nerve with you, right? But fear is the detriment of knowledge. Fear is antithetical to bravery or to true faith in the Creator. You're not to fear anything other than the Creator, So the fear of Yah is the beginning of wisdom, but that's all you're supposed to fear. You're not supposed to fear death, government, error, anything, right? You're not supposed to have all this fear. And so there's this thin line to walk between fear versus realism, or fear versus being woke, right? Like there's a middle ground here. A lot of people are going 0 to 100. I think a lot of people may see through this one, but of course, apparently Joe Biden took the troops out of Afghanistan and then boom, and immediately tumbled, and Taliban took over it. Oh man, so the CIA took over what they already controlled. What a cool story, bro. But people were freaking out. Now, I think most of the truth community hasn't fallen for that. But you guys are falling for a lot of the other fear porn. Okay, the truth of the matter is this is a very gradual process of desensitization. So I really want people to focus in, buckle in, and listen to this part. This is very important, okay? And I feel led to talk about this. So this is a gradual process of desensitizing people to the beast system, to their orders, to getting people to naturally capitulating to totalitarianism, to the beast system, right? And so it's a process. They cannot just flip the switch overnight. People will rebel. People will buck the system. People will actually fight back. There will actually, even the diet woke, completely asleep people will fight back. This is a gradual process. So just like from the beginning, and this is what really frustrates me, it's the same people that from the beginning, literally when this all started, were saying the world's about to end from the very beginning, a year and a half ago. It's going to be over in 2 weeks. It's going to be over in a month. The world's ending. Are the same people acting like that right now? But you don't have the humility or honesty to acknowledge the fact you were clearly wrong a year and a half ago, bro. You were clearly freaking out over the top a year and a half, and we all know it. We all know it. We all were there. We watched your Facebook posts. We watched how you were acting in the comment sections. You guys were all freaking out. Now, I'm not saying this is not a very serious time. I was actually shown that we're in the season of the end a few years ago by the Creator, and that's what really he drawed me in to be closer to him and to submit to him in that time that he revealed that to me. We are in the season of the end, but what does that mean? What is the season of the end relative to the entire timeline and how long that it is, right? A lot of people have special boys syndrome, even within the truth community, where they want to be the special boys and know about the earth, the special boys that know about the how ridiculous the last year and a half has been, and how it's clearly this totalitarian orchestration by the powers that shouldn't be. And we get it. We get it, bro. Like, they're trying to take over. This is a power grab, the biggest power grab in modern history. But it's happened before. It's a cycle. And so my entire point is that fear is what weakens us. So when people are running around, they're like, oh, this is it. Oh, here comes the mandatory orders. Oh, they're going to kick in your door and tie you down and stab you. Oh, nope, it's all over. They're going to kill the children. Oh, man, we're all going to die. It's officially over. You're doing nothing but playing into their hands, right? They want to create a false binary where it's like, oh, man, I agree with everything you say. Oh, no, the world's ending. And anytime you see a binary, you should be very suspicious. You should utilize wisdom and understand that is, in fact, always a deception, right? Rarely is it this clear-cut black and white binary. It's typically a false binary that actually gets you to capitulate to their orders because it is black magic. It is the natural law. They have to get you to agree to give over your compliance, okay? So raise awareness, even speculate about the potential outcomes, But do this with the strength and fortitude of knowing that you have the faith in the Creator that is necessary to make it through this time. You must trust the Creator, and you cannot just tell me you believe in Him, bro. You can't tell me you got faith in Him, right? Your actions speak louder than your words. There's a lot of truth to that statement, right? Faith without works is dead. Do you actually have faith, bro? Do you actually have faith? Because if you don't, we're all going to know. Just like we know now that people are scared of the air. People claim to believe in the Creator, but they're literally scared of the very thing that's all around them everywhere that you cannot escape, that the Creator had to make for it to be here, and it keeps you alive. They're scared of that. They turn to men to save them from what keeps them alive that the Creator gave them. We now know you can talk about the Creator all day, but you don't really have faith in the Creator, bro, right? So it's the same thing. Do you really have faith? There's a thin line to walk here, and I think it's very important that we actually are good examples, certainly as men, to be strong and fearless. The only thing you should fear is the Creator. So stop running around talking about FEMA camps, FEMA coffins, we're all going to die. I'm not going to say that's not going to happen. I'm not going to pretend that the Homeland Security contracts with Walmart doesn't exist. I'm not going to pretend that there's not 139 Walmarts that have gutted themselves and renovated based on their contract with the Homeland Security. I'm not going to pretend that there aren't Walmarts based on the amount of population in each city all around you everywhere with little towers in most of the systems that are built around us that clearly could be utilized for malevolent purposes. But there's no reason to go 0 to 100 freaking out about it, right? It doesn't help us. It only weakens us. That's playing into their hand. They want you to do one of two things: completely comply or be in fear of them. Both of those is what they want. They don't fear either one of those. They want you to do those two things. I really want you to pay. They want you to either fully comply or to freak out in fear. Don't do either one of those. Stand tall in the face of all of this, right? And then tell people the truth about the Creator, and the Creator's got your back. Could you walk up to Goliath and fight him? Could you? Could you walk up to an army of giants and fight them? Have you read the scriptures? Do you realize the context of what these people were asked to do in the scriptures, of how little of fear they had to have to utilize what it is that the Creator wanted them to do? Do you realize that being scared of speculations and Facebook memes is nowhere close to walking up to Goliath with a slingshot, right? Nowhere close. So I need you guys to realize the magnitude of what's going on, and you need to utilize wisdom. What we need and what they do fear is strong men guiding women and children, protecting them, providing for them, and standing in the face of ostracism, standing in the face of their empty threats, or even if they're not completely empty, standing in the face of the beast system, so much so that you have such little fear, you will literally walk right up to them to the very extent of decapitation. And if you're not really there, you are doing a detriment to the entire movement that you claim to support. Right? So I'm not hating on you if, like, you drop the new knowledge. I found about this document. The government did this. The government did this. But the more you feed into it, the more that it may become real. Like, oh, no, there are mandatory guidelines coming in New York. Oh, my gosh, it's over. Oh, my gosh. So the truth community is freaking out about it, going 0 to 100 with it, constantly saying it, spreading the news, spreading that story, that false propaganda narrative. The normies have heard it all in the news. It's going to become real via compliance. No. They can't mandate anything. They can't mandate anything. They can't force me to do anything. I'm not in any way scared of them. So the fear porn is going to exemplify in an exponential rate. It's about to get crazy, right? Which, of course, if you needed to be told this, you're a little behind, but it's okay. You can still get there. You need to unplug from the system. You need to unplug from all the propaganda. You shouldn't be watching the news that was engineered. Operation Mockingbird, the CIA runs the news. They send frequencies out to lower your energy. Go watch the You've Been Charged stream to hear my take on that, right? It's pretty simple. It's literally orchestrated as a weapon. It's the biggest weapon in the history of mankind. People wake up and immediately have their frequency lowered right after they recharge their battery throughout the night, right? Thank you for the $1 super sticker, Cloro. So that's the entire thing. The news, the Facebook post, the Instagram post, the Twitter post, all of this is engineered to actually, if you're going to share one of these things, right, either just share it and let people with wisdom interpret it accurately, or your caption should be something utilizing how you shouldn't fear them. You shouldn't fear them. Fear is what cripples you. Fear is the death of knowledge. It's the death of efficacy. It's the death of what it is that we're trying to accomplish. What we're trying to accomplish is getting the information out there. I can only speak for myself, but as I travel the United States, I do not expect to convert everyone. I'm trying to lay out the information that has been forbidden from them, so that they haven't heard it, so that they couldn't wake up. I want to give them the ample opportunity to wake up, plant the seed and keep it pushing. If they don't hear me, dust my feet off. Trust the Creator to water those seeds. Give them the information, and those that are able to step out during this great divide that we are experiencing will step out. They will then be able to maintain their family and their homesteads in the face of what's going on. But we don't need to spread fear porn, right? So that's why I like Owen Benjamin so much, because he says this constantly. He's like, don't just live in fear. What's up with all this fear porn? You're making this become real. This is the best apocalypse ever, right? Go get a homestead. I don't know, how many baby goats do you have? Are you trying to make babies right now or not, right? That's why Owen's such a legend, because he understands what it is I'm trying to explain to you. And I think a lot of you do, but you casually fall in to the trap of making you fearful. Because if they can get you scared, bro, that's what the whole game is. See, you understand that the normies that are walking around brain dead, scared of the air, being like, genetically modify me, they're doing that out of fear. You know that, right? They're doing that out of fear. Okay, so if they're doing that out of fear, why is it that you would capitulate to their fear tactics? Why would you do the same thing? There's nothing to be fearful of. People are like, oh, Austin, I was so afraid you're going to get shot in front of the White House. I'm like, that's crazy. I was there, and I wasn't afraid of getting shot. That's ridiculous. Just chill out. And I have more empathy for females, as they are more emotional. This is, of course, not a knock. I love women. I think that they're crucial components, but they're clearly emotionally unstable, and emotion overrides logic. It is on you men to stand up, to help guide them with logic, to provide and protect for them. So, the entire reason that, just chill out, I'm chill. So the entire reason that we have the Creator, Messiah, man, woman, child is because that is the natural order or logos of everything, right? And so the man is supposed to go and actually answer on behalf of his family, his wife and his family. So it comes with more responsibility. So you have more power, more responsibility. This applies to all of this. So the men need to stop freaking out. The men need to be like, calm down. Calm down. I get it. It's intense. It's kind of crazy, pretty unprecedented, but we'll be fine. The Creator's got our back. There's no reason to have fear. Fear lowers your frequency, your vibration, your electromagnetic aura, your actual metaphysical power, your ability to overcome things, to fight back, to overcome any of their plans. That is all the tactic that they have, is to get you to lower your own metaphysical ability. Hence the Torah being called the law, when it's really the instructions, effectively an instruction manual that gives you your metaphysical power to make you like a metaphysical powerhouse that they can't touch, right? You have a literal electromagnetic aura. You have a literal spirit that is something that they cannot mess with if you utilize it. You have to utilize the instruction manual, right? So that's the entire thing here, is how can we get them to hand over their own power? When you live in fear and when you freak out constantly, that's how you hand over your power. Should we not be woke? Should we not be attentive? Should we not keep up with what's going on? Should we not warn others? Of course not. We should definitely do that. Right? But we don't need to be spreading fear. And if you're expecting to pull someone out of a state of fear by putting them in more fear, you're going to scare someone out of their state of fear. That's ridiculous. That lacks complete wisdom. And so I know I'm getting a little worked up, but it's because I'm really frustrated with how a lot of people are going about this. This is out of love. I'm not claiming I'm perfect, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, stop with all the fear. Stand up for the women. Help guide them without fear, right? Stand up for the women and children. And I'm not knocking women. I know some women that are more brave and fearless than a lot of the men that are alive now. In fact, the majority of them, right? And that's really the whole trick, and that's why they attack the family, remove the man, remove the actual gender roles that there are, right? Now, there's not such thing as gender. There's 3,000 genders. Why don't you just come up with a new pronoun tomorrow, and then that makes you a special boy. And if you support them, that makes you a special boy, because they know men have an obligation, a responsibility to actually take care of women and children. So this is more aimed at the men, but at the same time, of course, the women shouldn't be falling into the trap of fear either. So I know I'm being intense, but I'm being intense so that maybe it really lands with you, it sticks with you, because this is a big deal. It's a big deal because, oh man, the Taliban's taking over Afghanistan. Oh man, the air's really going to kill us. That's the extreme away from where most of you guys are. Or, oh man, FEMA camps. Oh man, they're going to kick in our door. Oh man, it's coming. Oh man, the mandate. Oh man, it's all over. Blah, 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 blah. You've been saying that for a year and a half, and we all know it. And I'm not, dude, bro, we are living in the end times. we are in the season of the end. Don't get it twisted. But the season of the end, I don't know how long that is. And I know for a fact that you don't know either. I know that for a fact, right? And everyone wants to act like they know what's going on. Everyone wants to know what this is the mark. And you don't know that. Is it possible to check pretty much all the boxes? Pretty much. It seems like there's something coming around the corner, though, that's the actual mark, okay? Is this part of the mark? Is this going to tie into the future mark? I don't know. It looks like it could. It's getting real weird. I get it. But we don't need to spread fear. We also need to write off the people, right? And you guys know what I'm saying. So we don't need to write off those that aren't organic anymore, right? We need to stand up fearless, right? So, like, it's your perspective, which is something that you possess because the Creator loves you. He gave you that ability. You have, like, your perspective in your own hands. How are you going to utilize it? How are you going to utilize the power you have? And to the men, how are you going to utilize the intrinsic and inherent ability to lead that you were given? All of you men have the obligation to lead, right? That's why I get so frustrated. I'm like, bro, you guys are like, oh, Austin, you're doing so much. Austin, you're a leader. I'm like, no, bro, we're just all supposed to do this, bro. We're just all supposed to do this as a mandatory minimum. I'm like, at times I'm like, bro, what am I doing? Like, I'm not doing near enough. Like we got to do something else. Like we're all supposed to lead, right? And the women are almost outshining the men nowadays with being fearless. It's really pathetic. Hallelujah. Thank you for your service. Thank you for the kind words and the super chat. James Henry, much love. Thank you for the super sticker again, Chloro. So there you go. At the end of the stream, I'll read off all the donations that we're way behind on. So it'll be probably like a month or so of donations, but I'll try and breeze through them. Shout out to all you guys. So, all right, I'm going to fall back and chill a little bit. There you go. I mean, I know I'm being intense, but again, it's because I know that it's really hard to break through to thinking that you're woke, right? And it's like, if you're really woke, what you'll do is you'll obtain the information, but you don't let it just bring down your frequency. You definitely don't portray the information or relay the information with the undertone of fear. I need you guys understand, like, there's nothing to be fearful of. Like, what? And this doesn't land with everyone. I get it. And that's why I constantly tell you, like, look, religion sucks. I'm not trying to push this on you, but the Creator's real, bro. Please just get real with him. It's a personal relationship. He loves you, bro. You don't have a religion with your father. You have a relationship. Just be real with him. Not, dear, I'm writing a letter. Like, dude, just be real, bro. He knows exactly what you really think, bro. That's the whole secret. He knows what you really think. The reason that I'm so big on that is because you got to get to the point where, like, and most of you guys can't wrap your mind around this. It's like, I literally am not fearful of them decapitating me, right? And we all need to be there. That doesn't mean I'm going to get decapitated. That doesn't mean that I'm being careless or reckless or that's speaking that into existence, nothing like that. It means that they're not going to be able to hold fear over me, right? They're not going to be able to manipulate my ability to be effective. They're not going to manipulate my ability to lead or to stand up in these crucial times for the truth and be as efficient as possible because they're crippling my ability with fear. They can't. The fact that people are talking about FEMA camps doesn't scare me, bro. It doesn't scare me. I'm not going to a FEMA camp, bro. What are you talking about? No, I don't go to FEMA camps. I die before that. So what it comes down to, and the crux of all this is, are you scared of death? Are you actually scared of death, right? And you can't be scared of death. Am I saying that it's to that pivotal moment where, well, you're about to die? No, bro. That's the opposite of what I'm saying. It's just you can't be scared of death. It's just the principle. Because you should only fear the Creator, bro. That's it. There's nothing else to fear, right? And the Creator loves you, and He loves who it is that you love. And most people are like, I can't die. I got to take care of my wife. I got to take care of my children. The Creator knows that, bro. Right? He wants you to be strong. He wants you to stand up against this propaganda, all of this fear porn. You think it's bad right now. You just wait, bro. This is a gradual process. So I guess maybe this is what I really want everyone to understand, right? Like, this is a gradual process. Yeah, it's intense. Yeah, it's pretty unprecedented. We all get it. The last year and a half has been pretty wild. It's certainly been a roller coaster. Relative to our lives leading up to this, it seems like, wow, this is it. This is it. Like, this is... yeah, it's crazy, but it's a process, and we can move through it. And I don't know how long it is, and I know that you don't, and it may be very gradual, right? So don't capitulate to the fear tactics. That's the entire point, right? Like, stand up. And I know I'm being somewhat redundant, but I just want people to really grasp this. Like, it's really important. right? So you have metaphysical ability. Why do you think that they give you the black screens? Why do you think that they send all these frequencies to you in the news? They make you watch all these movies and all these TV shows, and they propagandize you, and they constantly want to get your compliance, and they tell you the truth in plain sight, so that you have to lie to yourself so they can adhere to the natural law. Why do they do all this? Because there's a natural balance to things. And if you fall within that natural balance of things in harmony with the Creator and his intentions and your ability to stand up for what's right, they cannot mess with you. And they know that. The whole trick is to get you to not do that, to not be in that harmony, that harmonic frequency that you possess. That's it. They know it. It's very simple. And that's why it's crazy that people think there's not an unseen existence. People call it the ether, maybe more accurately denoted as Hashamayim, the unseen existences, right? But that's clearly there. It's all around you. You can scientifically validate it. And in so many ways, it's insane, right? Like, what is light? What's the non-locality of light? Light seems to be instantaneous. It's already there. It's the excitation of the background medium. Can't fully explain it, but you have light inside of you. And the light will no longer shine within them. If you have a spirit, you have light. What is light? You can't fully understand it, but it's what's all around you. You're made up of a portion of what's all around you. That means you have a ton of power. You have a ton of power. Things can manifest. What is electromagnetism? What is magnetism? Where does it come from? How does it manifest itself? There's tons of power all around you. You utilize that power whenever you don't have fear. And as you start to increase the fear, your power is disproportionate. You have disproportionate power relative to the amount of fear that you have. Right? And so, like, early in my truther days, even I fell into this. I had these moments where I'm like, oh man, this is so intense. There's so much going on. Look at these psychopaths. Look what they're doing. This is crazy. How do I even cope with this? What's going on? But now that I'm like finally getting right with the Creator, finally doing what he knows, like wants me to do, and I know how really he is, bro, I'm genuinely not scared. And it's not because I'm some type of like badass, bro. Like, I'm just not scared. And I want you guys to feel that. It's such a liberation. It's so much freedom. And then we could, dude, I honestly think we have the power to put their little crazy plans off by so much, just push them back so much, right? And I know it's somewhat disheartening to see all the normies give over their power and understand that the compilation of all of their compliance is pretty powerful. And it seems like maybe it's overwhelming. But I will say that 10% of people not being fearful, not capitulating to their fear, is way stronger than 80% of them living in fear and watching porn every day, watching runaways get plowed, and just draining their male life force, and just watching the news and reading the stories and believing whatever they say, or then going to the woke channels. They're like, oh, we're about to get tied down, or doors getting kicked in. Like, nah, bro, just stop being so scared, right? Like, speak the truth, seek and speak the truth unequivocally. Don't be scared to look into what the truth is. Don't shelter the truth, right? I'm not telling you to sugarcoat it. I'm not telling you to not look into it. I'm not, like I said, Walmart does have a deal with Homeland Security. They did gut like 150 Walmarts. That's real. That's real. But it doesn't really matter. The only way that their plans have any efficacy or ability to actually manifest is our compliance. And the main door to your compliance is your fear. So I just want you guys to realize, like, this is a crazy time to be alive, but it's not completely negative, right? Now a lot of us realize we need to go get a homestead, get some land, start growing vegetables and fruits, and start making babies. That sounds amazing. I'm so glad we finally realized it. I'm so glad we were able to realize that we need to stop sending our kids to public school systems, handing them over to the state to raise them. And now children are being homeschooled at an astronomical rate relative to prior to now. That sounds awesome. Now tons of people are like, whoa, these crazy inoculations from birth is not the route. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Now people are being forced to leave these beast system jobs and forms of employment that they shouldn't have had in the first place. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. This is such a positive time in a way, right? And so just utilize the positivity. Don't allow them to increase such a negative charge in you that your aura decreases and that you utilize the frequency of fear so much so that it actually is what guides your actions. That's it. And you don't have to justify yourself in the chat. I haven't read the chat yet. I'm not trying to hear it. Just talk to yourself about it. Like, be real with yourself. This is why I'm like, don't tell me you believe in the Creator. Don't try to justify to me your interpretation of the Creator or your characterization or personification of the Creator. It doesn't matter what I think. You don't need my approval. You don't have to convince me of anything. It doesn't matter if you can get a good show about what you are or how you are with the Creator. Like, bro, he just knows everything. He knows everything. He knows what your purest intention is. He knows what you're trying to do. He knows exactly what you really mean, what you really are trying to do. That's it, right? It's the same with this. He knows if you're really scared. He knows if your motivation is fear. So Be fearless, be selfless, and as a man, you need to stand up strong because it is contagious. Fear is the contagion. Fear is contagious, right? So, and I think actually scientifically, I think that physically it's contagious. I think it literally can degrade the energy fields around you, including the energy fields that people literally physically possess around you, right? That's why they're sending frequencies out on the TV. That's why every time we go into an establishment, there's news everywhere, because it's a contagious frequency. That's what they want you to do. And they want the men to live in fear, to be weak, to not want to raise the family the way that they should, to not actually, adhere to the Creator's will, right? To not answer to the Creator and understand that it goes Creator, Messiah, man, woman, child, to not adhere to that responsibility and stand up. That's the whole thing. And so I have empathy for women. Not that anyone should ever comply to being scared of the air, of course, but it's like the man just running around squirting everywhere, not taking care of his children, and now she's by herself with 3 children, and feels like she literally has to work, and now they're literally telling her that she has to not breathe oxygen, and she's freaking out, right? I have much more empathy for women because I know that emotion overrides logic, and they balance us with intuition. They balance us with emotional discernment and understanding. They balance us with their ability to nourish children, right? And we're supposed to have the logical foundation void of fear that helps guide them. Okay, so I don't have empathy for you males, for you men that are running around scared. There's no reason to be scared. You know what I'm saying? And it's really foreign to me. It's always just been really foreign to me, hard for me to grasp why people are like, wow, Austin, you're so brave in front of the White House. I'm like, what? Bro, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Like, yeah, okay, I'm going to court. I'm not scared of them. It's not a big deal. I'm not some hero. I'm not a superhero. You know what I'm saying? Like, just that's how we should all be. Let's take our power back. Let's be strong men. Let's guide the women and children. Let's provide for them. Let's protect them. And let's take our power back. Like, oh, we see your little narratives, your little grabbler narratives. Like, oh, I know how I get them scared. No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Okay, we see your plans, we see through them. What we're going to do is we're going to grow some vegetables, right? We're going to raise awareness, and I think that's key. Don't take this the wrong way, where it's like you shouldn't ever actually research it or raise awareness or ever look at it or be aware of what's going on. There's a middle ground here. It requires some finesse and discernment and some wisdom. You want to know what their plans are. You want to expose them. You got to kind of keep up with where you're going, because that's how you can adequately protect and provide for the women and children, right? You got to be aware. You certainly have to be aware of your surroundings and what's going on. At the same time, you don't need to go 0 to 100. Like, this is it. We're all going to die. Oh, man, I'm squirting again, right? Like, just chill out, bro. Like, stop watching so much porn. Stop watching so much news and TVs and movies and reading the articles and leaving all of them. If you're watching YouTube channels that are just, like, constantly trying to put you in a state of fear, chill out. And I know sometimes, I'll be honest, my streams can be intense, but I expect the unspoken undertone that's underlying all of my streams is that you don't take this as please be scared or whatever. I'm being blunt with you. I'm being real with you. They're trying some crazy stuff. It looks kind of weird, but it doesn't matter, right? The only way that it becomes a reality is if we believe it's real. We believe they have the ability to do it. If in your spirit you believe they actually have the ability to pull off some of the psychopathic fear porn narratives that they feed us, it may actually become real. If enough men give over their power to them via fear, it could become real. When everyone's like, oh, man, New York's getting crazy. Oh, man, what are we going to do? It might become real there, bro. I know people that live there, and they say it's not real at all. They say, no. I mean, yeah, they said something about it apparently, but no one cares. It's not a real thing. But if people really start to act like it's a real thing and believe it's a real thing and freak out about it and cower from it, it will become a real thing. It will become a real thing. Okay, you have the power of manifestation. Even Yeshua told us that. Walked up to the fig tree, said, "You will grow fruit no more." Came back the next day, the fig tree was dead, and all of the disciples were like, "Oh my gosh!" Right? He's like, "How long I gotta be with you, bro? What, have you not got it yet?" Like, bro, you could tell that mountain to go into the ocean. You have tons of power. Okay, you can manifest things. You influence reality. So utilize that power for good. Utilize that power for strength and for bravery, right? And have fortitude and persistence and guidance via discernment and wisdom from the Spirit of the Creator of what is right, what is true, right? The Spirit of truth. For they were deceived in the end, for they no longer had the love of the truth. Just, most of you guys do. Just find and embrace in that that the truth always leads back to the creator, because the creator is what is true. All truth is encompassed within the creating force of everything that's here, of course, which is the necessary antecedent of where you live. Okay? So just find contentment in that and embrace in that, and then stand up tall. You know what I'm saying? Stand up tall with your chest out, because what we're being asked to do is nothing compared to what some other people have been asked to do. And that's the least that we can do. So I don't want to get too redundant, but I just want you guys to realize there's a fine line here. Always represent the truth. Seek and speak it unequivocally. Drop the hard truth bombs. Don't sugarcoat it, right? Like, I'm not asking you to sugarcoat the truth or to run away from it or to not look at it, because no, you need to look inside yourself and wonder why it is that you have this tingling sensation that strikes you with fear when you come across this information. It's not about the information. It's not about you relaying the information, entertaining it, being honest about it, or like telling other people, trying to raise awareness about it. It's about how you reacted to it, how you interpreted it, how you accepted it, how you truly felt about it, bro. That's what I want you to realize. Like, don't tell me it's okay. Like, we're all growing. We all have things we got to grow and work on. It's no big deal. But if you're being honest with yourself, my streams only land and only mean anything if you're willing to be honest with yourself, right? Don't tell me what you think about the creator. The creator knows, bro. Not Austin. The creator, right? Don't tell me about how you're going to justify why you're scared. I don't want to hear it. It doesn't matter. I'm just Austin. I'm not the creator. I don't control the Hashemayim, right? The spiritual realm. I don't control your electromagnetic aura, your power. You do that, and you do that within the ability you were given from the ultimate power, which is the creator. So just look into yourself and be honest about it. That's all I want you guys to do. I know a lot of you guys are really smart. You guys are really brave in the sense that you've taken societal ostracism and stood up for the truth. Don't let it stop there, bro. Keep going, right? This is the most pivotal moment, certainly since I've been alive, which is just since 92, where we need men to be men. And we need to stand up, and we need to see the positives in life, and we need to utilize those and understand that utilizing those creates such a power within us, certainly unified, that the negativity and the fear porn and all their stupid little creepy grabbler plans that they have aren't even in the realm of affecting you. Okay, so there you go. That's kind of what I want to end. It's similar to the you've been charged thing, right? They know they can't really touch you or control you or take over anything that you have to do with if you don't allow them to, if you don't allow them to lower your frequency to such an extent that you're vulnerable, that you're weak, and they can take you over. Utilize your power. You have tons of power, bro, right? And know you have the power. And the crucial part of it is, in fact, the knowledge, the faith, the understanding that you have it, and knowing that you have it, and asserting it. Assert it, right? Don't be fearful. Right, because the fear porn is going to double down. And we guys get it. That's all that the news is. That's all the mainstream media is. Fear, 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 fear. Be scared of this. Oh no, you're going to die this way. Oh man. And even within the truth community, and it does get somewhat annoying. Right, it gets exhausting. So it's just stand up. You know what I'm saying? That's it. There you go. I love you guys. Yep. No fear and do not consent. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And your consent may even come without you being consciously aware of it because of the fear itself. I think this is a big deal. And again, here's what I will say in closing before I read the donations. I want you guys to just think about this. I know I was real intense, maybe kind of all over the place. I hope you guys followed it. I hope I did a good job articulating it. That was a bit redundant. I want to make sure you guys really understood what I was saying. But what I want you to do with this is just really think about it. And just as you go throughout your days from now on, be more conscious of how you react to it. And if you're actually put into this crazy state of fear, question why it is that you are, and try to minimize the amount of times that happen and the duration that you're in state of fear, and realize there's nothing you should fear other than the creator, and that includes death. And if you don't fear death, and if you can honestly say that, then you certainly don't fear the Taliban, bro. The Taliban, seriously, right? Like, just get to where you don't fear death, bro. Get to where you don't fear anything but the creator, and you're good, bro. And then I think we can push this off so much. It's a gradual process. No, we're not going to turn over tomorrow and be in some crazy totalitarian, technologically advanced, robot, dog, police, psychopathic, apocalyptic, cataclysmic world. Okay? They have some crazy plans. Doesn't matter. Don't feed into it. That's how it becomes a reality quicker. And it just takes 10% of people not being scared to push back their ability to fight them. You're so much more powerful than they could ever be, because if you have the purity of truth and true intention and the love of the truth, right, and you're in harmony with the creator and his intentions for you, You are eons more powerful than they will ever be. And in fact, they know that, but they want materialistic things and that power. So they find a middle ground. They try to glitch out the system with all kinds of rituals. That's their actual belief system. They know you have power. The whole game is to get you to give up your power to where they could collectively guide it. There you go. There will always be majority that will give into fear. That's why I just said what I just said. Even if majority give into the fear, if just 10%, maybe 20%, just 10% don't, they lose, bro. They certainly have to update their plans, which I think that they're just bubbling around in depravity and don't really have plans. That's what I think. So this is going to be real interesting as I read the donations, because it's going to be like, I'm going to have to go really far back. And I'm not sure exactly where they all are. I almost should just like wait till another stream where I actually have this all mapped out, because there's so many purchases on here too. Anyway, so for one, shout out to Bob, who donated during the Mount Rushmore stream to help us get the replacement speaker. You are a legend, bro. Much love. Bob supports a lot and is, of course, a legend on Glowbusters. Mike Sweeney, thank you for the generous donation for the tour. Caleb Spillman, thank you very much for the generous donation for the tour. Mike says, much love, dude. Keep crushing, will do. Thanks again, bro. Tour needs, blessed as your walk with y'all. Thank you very much, Caleb, for the kind words and the support, bro. Much love. Hey, bro, I'm from Cleveland. Want to meet up with you. That was a while back. I think I may have went back too far. Let's see here. No. Yeah, I should probably look through all this. Angie, Jojo, you're blessed. Coolest I know. Thank you very much, Angie. Oh, and your fight is inspiring. Thank you for the kind words, and you are always awesome, always helping us out. Thank you for the very generous donation. Much love, Angie. Most epic road trip ever. Thank you, commercial sound and video. I don't know if I went back too far. Hopefully I didn't, but this is kind of glitching out right now, so I don't know. Francis, thank you very much for the donation, bro. Much love. Angie, thank you again for the very generous donation. Now, I may have already read some of these off, but I'm just trying to figure this out. You know, man, I got to catch up with the donations. Blake Murphy, thank you very much for being legit. Salute, thank you for the very generous donation, Blake. It, of course, helps very much for being about the Father's business. God bless. Thank you very much, Wendy. Very, very generous donation. And in fact, that actually reminds me. So I made a merch store. Here it is. And that's one of the shirts we have, about my Father's business. Bam. So just to show you guys a little bit. I just launched it. I'm going to make a lot more designs, but here is the merch store. If you want to support, we got this one, which I can't even show most of these. Jeez Louise, on YouTube. In a world. No, I don't have my papers. 100% organic. About my Father's business. The earth is flat. Don't make this weird. Masquerade tour. We're going to add a lot more designs. I dropped it in the chat. And yeah, there you go. So had a lot of people wanting me to make merch. So there you go. I started making it. Ronnie, loved how y'all took control of your surroundings. Thank you very much, Ronnie, for the support. Not sure what that alludes to because I'm so far behind. I want to get fully caught up, so from now on, as soon when people send them, I'll know exactly what they're talking about. Scott, thank you for the generous donation, bro. Much love. You're a legend. Haska, thank you very much for the donation, man. Much love, bro. Again, I don't know if I went back too far or whatever, but in a world. Again, Bob, thank you very much. Keep on doing what you're doing. We're all proud of you. Much love. Bob's obviously a legend. Thank you again, Angie, for the very generous donation. I know I have read some of these off already. I went way far back, but it is what it is. For tickets, you and Chris, thank you very much, Trevor. Trevor's a legend. Thank you for supporting, brother. For paying the BS fine and money to Texas. Thank you very much. You are a legend. I don't know if you want me to say your real name. I'm trying to remember your screen name. But thank you very much, Jared, for the incredibly generous donation. And why can't I remember your? Oh, I don't want to say it now because I've said your real name. But I'll say your screen name later. The lab coat was hilarious. Sorry you got arrested. No big deal. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm going to probably do the incorporate the lab coat a little bit more. It's pretty hilarious. But thank you, Mike Sweeney. Much love for the donation, brother. Alicia, thank you very much for the very generous donation. It's much appreciated. You're awesome. That was for Discord, for muting Charlie. Shout out Ronnie. All right, so sorry if I missed you. I'm going to go back and look through any things that I missed. I will definitely. Kylie for Screw by the System. $69, pretty funny. Much love. Okay, let me come over here to the next one. Sorry, guys, I just had to catch up on these. I'm way behind. Thank you. What's up, my brother from another mother? I just missed you in St. Louis. I'll catch you next time, no doubt. In plain sight. Thank you for the super chat. Much love, bro. Hopefully we can link up. Everyone should go to Flattoberfest, bro. It'll be a blast. FlatEarthFestivals.com to get tickets. Shout out Karen B for organizing that. Someone sent me an invoice. Not sure why. Kelly, thank you very much for the donation for the tour. Much love. You are killing it. Don't get discouraged by the equipment confiscation. It does not change the fact that you're succeeding in the high 90 percentiles everywhere you go, just reaching the people and planting seeds. Blessings and shalom. Thank you very much for the kind words and the generous donation and support. Nicholas, much love, bro. Means a lot. Thank you, bro. You're a hero, dude. Just a second. Good luck with the suit from Rushmore. Lab coat by bow tie. Excellent. Makes you talk slower. LOL. Yeah, I got to do a little. See, me and my colleagues have discovered that actually 95% of the that is also good. I'm looking for a posse to help me flat smack. Much love, brother. Thank you, Virgil, for the support and the kind words. Means a lot, brother. Let's see here. Julius, thank you for the donation. Much love, bro. In a world, we're also so behind on donations. It's ridiculous. But the people that donate here are just legends. They do it for the right reason for the most part, not just so they can be heard, you know. Zach, thank you very much for the very generous donation, bro. Much love. Nothing typed there. If I miss you, I'm sorry. Let me know. I'll try to find you. Thanks for what you're doing. Prayers for your safety and protection, and that you wake up as many souls as possible. Thank you very much. That is the intention. That's definitely what we're hoping to do. And thanks for the donation, Jeffrey. You're a legend, bro. Tanelli. Sorry if I mispronounced that. Tanelli. Thank you for the donation. Much love. No notes. Slow-mo moon boogie here, just saying thanks for all you two are doing out there. People are definitely getting it. Be well and Yah bless. Thank you very much, bro. Much love. Thank you for the kind words. Keely, thank you for the donation to the Masquerade Tour. It's much appreciated. Much love. Amiga, love the truth spitting man. Thank you for the generous donation. Zachary, in a world with a wink face. Gail, very, very generous donation. I remember this. It helped a ton. And thank you very much, Gail. You're absolutely awesome. Couldn't do this without people like you. Matthew, very generous donation as well. I also remember this one. Nothing said, but it's much appreciated, bro. And in that moment that it was the most needed, you guys really stood up. I really do appreciate it. Okay, so there you go. I think I've pretty much covered all of them. I think I just received one on Cash App. Okay, well, I just saw where my boy Michael Lyon donated. Thank you for the generous donation, Michael Lyon. And it's not actually updating, but oh, yeah. Love you, brother. Love you too, man. Thank you very much, bro. You've always been supporting from the beginning. I think I texted you. Maybe I didn't. I meant to. I'm going to hit you up. We're pretty close to you. We'll try to link up with you here soon. There you go. Sorry that it had to be all that long to read the donations, but I was way far behind. If I missed anyone, just reach out to me. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to miss you. I'll relook at them and see who I read off. I'll get it linked up or all locked up as to who I missed. And then from here on out, I'm going to keep up with the donations regularly so we don't get so far behind. And if you want to type out something, you can type something out on Cash App. It has to be short. And on PayPal, you can type out way more. Of course, if you send like $1 and literally send a novel, I'm not going to read a whole novel. More than likely, let's be real. But send what you want to say. So PayPal does let you say more. I prefer Cash App. It's a little less grabbly, but there you go. The best way is Cash App and PayPal to support the tour. You guys probably know that by now, unless you're new. And I appreciate it. Of course, as you guys know, all the money goes to the tour and to continuing the tour. There you go. So Witsit will be at Flattoberfest. Indeed, I will. October 22nd, Spartanburg, South Carolina, flatearthfestivals.com. Maybe someone can drop the link. Last 2 text messages you sent. Where can I find more of your music, Shalom? Okay, thank you for the donation. I don't see it, but Jack just sent it to me. Which, dang, bro. Sorry, Jack. I haven't been curbing you intentionally. Jeez Louise. I don't have many music anywhere, bro. I'm going to put my song on Spotify and Apple Music and all of that via third party because people keep asking, and I'm actually going to work on like an album or a mixtape here soon because people just really want me to. And I want to anyway, so as of now, nowhere. And I'll get the In the Field, which was literally recorded on a gaming pair of headphones outside in the wind on the front porch, one take freestyle, but whatever. Yeah, we'll work on it. I think I'm gonna do like a mixtape or an album. I'll get them all up on Apple Music and Spotify, unless of course they censor them. And I think I'm gonna collab with quite a few people, maybe even Flat Earth Day Saints. I think I'm supposed to be dropping a verse already. I'm kind of behind. So yeah, there you go. There's the short answer. Honestly, I don't have it up on anywhere on the platforms. In the Field is on YouTube on my channel, and I will drop some music for you guys soon. I have a lot of things that I want to do. New intro, new content ideas, edited video ideas. I got a lot of content I've already got on the GoPro. Pretty crazy interactions behind the scenes with the pentagram wearers, etc. that I'll chop up if I said anything that can't be put on YouTube, and I'll drop it for you. A lot of people asking me to look into Brockfin. I may do that. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming. Of course, we're about to deal with the whole Yellowstone psychopathic crazy people that took away my First Amendment. And then we're going to head to the West Coast. It's good. It's going to be good times. It's going to get probably pretty intense, certainly in the times that we're living as we get closer to the fall, and you know how that goes. So how long you been working for the government, quote unquote? That's pretty funny, Trevor. Yeah. How'd you know, bro? What's up, Trevor? Shout out to Trevor. He's a legend. Yes, please, more flat raps. Yeah, for sure. I'm going to. And I got a nice little Amiga that can sing very well. And so we're probably going to get some pretty cool little bangers out there for you guys. Say hello to Special Agent Chris from the guys at the Bureau. That was Bob. All right, bro. I'll make sure and relay the message, and I'll ask the CIA handler if we're able to actually communicate between you two guys. Maybe they'll approve it. And ODD Witsit collab would be flat. Yeah, that'd be cool. I'd be down. Also, I think maybe we kind of talked about my boy Marlo Eugene. He spits fire, bro. And then West Place Music, that would be a cool collab as well. Like I said, I'm gonna do a bunch of collabs. I'm gonna, you guys get it, but I can't do this stream too long. Sorry, I know it's super late. I don't even it's like 1 a.m. Eastern or something. So I'm sorry, I didn't really recognize that it was so late Eastern time. So it's just 11 here, but I know it's late for you guys. So sorry about that. I'm off to bed. Good night, everyone. Y'all bless you all. Much love, Wendy. Love you very much. Chris Flatter Sniper, LOL. Chris is a legend. Chris, they say you're a legend, bro. That would be epic. Yeah, for sure. We got a lot of stuff coming. I'm about to go out swinging. If you guys know anything about me, the more that you push me or try to shut me down, really, just the harder it makes me want to go. And so, I'm about to drop all kinds of things and try to glitch it out. I'm going to use my plugs and connections to try to get with some people that get lots of viewers, even like really big platforms. Pull a bit of a Dave where he goes around. Do it my style and go around to big platforms, dropping music, different potentially viral videos. And of course, we got the activism coming. So we got a bunch of stuff coming. And we will be at Flattoberfest. I encourage everyone to go. I may even link up with Karen B and talk to her, and me and someone else may actually show you guys a new Flat Earth song there that we may even could perform or something. So we have a lot of stuff that we're going to do. It's going to be cool. Keep up with the tour. You're going to be getting a lot of content now that I got my little regroup week break. So there you go. And in a conclusion, you guys get the idea. Just don't be scared, bro. Like, speak the truth. Understand it's pretty heavy at times and intense as to what's going on, but just utilize your ability of power by not being fearful. Let's all network together, communities, homestead, grow vegetables, get some baby goats, you know what I'm saying? So you'll actually have kids instead of calling your children Baphomet, rebellious children, as in little baby goat kids. You know what I'm saying? Just like look at the positives. We've now realized that we need to utilize our power outside of the beast system. There are positives. This is best apocalypse ever. Can I take the Owen Benjamin approach where he doesn't let the fear really drive his intentions or his motivations? And I think that's what you guys should do too, because it makes you strong, it makes you powerful. That's what the Creator longs for you to have. He has plans for you to prosper. He doesn't want you to live in fear. He gives you so much power. And as men, I'm speaking specifically to you. You know what I'm saying? Stop draining your male life force, for one, and just be strong. Stand up in the face of ostracism, and certainly don't be fearful, because it's contagious, certainly to women and children. And I need you guys to stand up. Maybe acknowledge the truth, but do it in such a way that you just utilize as if you know that you have power over it, right? Let's kind of get that wave going. It's very important that we do that. So there you go. I'm wrapping this up. I'm going to get out of here, but I love you guys. Seek and speak truth unequivocally. Like I said, we do now have a merch store. Bang, bang. In a world. That's, one of the designs, of course, in a world. So there you go. I dropped the link. I'll drop the link again. I'll add a whole bunch of designs to that. It's the most I could do in one day. Had to design all those logos. And if you want to support the tour, $ WitsitGetsIt on Cash App, Witsit at protonmail.com on PayPal. You can also go to masqueradetour.com. I'll update that tomorrow morning. I'm going to do everything we need to tomorrow. So we're going to get back at it full swing. Going to find the speaker. Got the Yellowstone court date on the 19th. I'll keep you guys all updated. I'll do more frequent YouTube streams on the laptop. And, of course, we got activism streams that will be coming. So glad to be back. Glad to catch up with you guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for supporting. We addressed the whole Chris thing. Oh, man, Chris works for the government so much that he literally took me around the United States and let me utilize his personally purchased RV so I could get the truth out there more efficiently. Oh, man, the CIA is really crushing. You guys have really thought this one out. Please stop spamming me about that. I'm to the point where I'm just going to block you. I am probably one of the more lenient flat earthers. I let gamma spiral in my comments more than anyone else. But if you just keep being stupid, no one's got time for that. No one cares. I will just block you. Wrong saloon. Utilize your power. Just be strong, and at the same time, utilize wisdom and discernment. Understand that, you have power. Don't make it contagious. Fear is the real contagion. Good night, all. Back to the grind in the morning. Your question as usual. Awesome. Much love. Thank you very much, Jared Bear Grizzly. So I won't be keeping up with the donations, reading them all off. Sorry, I got behind. You guys get it. I love you guys. Seek and speak truth unequivocally. The weak find contentment in the consensus of ignorance. So the weak don't care the strong don't care what weak people think, right? Intelligent people don't care what dumb people think. Informed people don't care what ignorant people think. And in fact, rejoice whenever they revile you for his name's sake, for they did that to all of the prophets before you. And that's actually just confirmation that you're doing something right. And in fact, you should step back and wonder why it is that you're not being attacked or ostracized or reviled. If you aren't, because you're probably not speaking all the truth that you need to speak, because it's happened long before you, to all the prophets, to the Messiah, to everyone that came before you. And it's just that moment where it's even worse, and that's just the norm, to attack people, to try to be part of the in crowd. It's just, honestly, I empathize with them. You guys get it. Just weak people. They don't really want to think for themselves. They typically can't, and they just want to parrot or regurgitate the comfortable narrative that was crafted for them and be in the in crowd, even if the in crowd's incredibly stupid. So don't worry about them, and just speak the truth regardless of what they think. I think that's a very important thing, and do so without fear. Let the chips fall where they may, and then dust off your feet. Let the dead bury the dead. So there you go. I love you guys. I'm going to catch up with you on the flip side like a coin toss. Peace out.
That's for Israel. Wonder, is it real? Rappers acting say they high, say they simple pills. Glorify suicide so they get the deals. Big pharma set it up, had to flip the pills. Control the music industry until the scripts get filled. Geopolitically, I be in the field. That's for Israel. Wonder, is it real? Took the way you saw the world, then distorted it. Now you think you wanna rock that twirl somewhere orbiting. Theory stories disproportionate, the truth distorted, quick with a forceful grip. They force a misinfo that we absorbing quick. Took the people's signature to mean extorted it. They forging it, if news anchors informants who informing them there's a surplus, but they tell us there are shortages. Credit economy mortgages, dollar that's supported with empty fortresses. But what's important is this: we courting ships important. Yes, of course it is, but extortion is in accordance with an assortment list of foreign tricks we ignoring, which informing this, informing this. It looked like we were snoring tricks, pedophilia and the government endorsing it. Yeah, eugenics is exactly what abortion is. You just vilify those insubordinate. Way to matrix engineer, that's unfortunate. Geopolitically we in a field that's for Israel. Wonder is it real? Rappers actors say they high, say they sip with pills. Glorify suicide so they get the deals. Big pharma set it up just to flip the pills. Control the music industry until the scripts get filled. Geopolitically, yeah, we in a field that's for Israel. Wonder is it real?